Uh, Hello everyone. Uh, Thanks for joining in and thanks for spending some amount of your time to just have this demonstration. So let's get started. My name is Ravi and I'll be your instructor for this course. So before we get into the course and what we will discuss and stuff like that, can we have a small round of introduction from everybody, understanding what they work on, how much of Hadoop they are already aware of, and what is their goal with the course. So that will help me align the course as well as the demonstration accordingly. Yeah, so let's get started with Prakash. Hi Prakash.
Hi Ravi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, hi. I work on Oracle and I use a lot of Unix as well, and most of my work is database programming, and I do PLSQL programming. And going forward, we are going to expand to a big data world where we will be buying big data connectors to Hadoop, probably. And they want us to start working from a big data perspective, so which is the reason I want to, and I thought I can enroll in a course and see how it goes. So most of my focus, what I'm expecting, is from a data warehouse background and a business intelligence background, how Hadoop can be used to efficiently manage a data warehouse.
Okay, perfect.
So I've been doing some research, so I think they have said like Big is one good programming language, and Hive and HBase is what I have heard about it at least.
Correct, yeah. Sure. So I guess by the end of this course, yeah, you will have a perspective on the Hadoop BI, the development, a bit of admin, and you'll be pretty clear with how these things play together. And yeah, there are a lot of exercises on Pig and Hive also.
Okay.
Should be awesome. So welcome to the course, and yeah, make sure that in 45 odd hours you'll really understand the whole thing pretty nicely.
Okay. Okay.
Hi Praveen. Yeah, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey Ravi. Actually I have around like 15 years of experience, mostly in Java. Or like I have like architect level and all kinds of experience, and I'm basically looking into like explore other options, moving on to like different things. So the Hadoop is one of them, and I have a basic knowledge of Hadoop. I know what it is and all that stuff, but I want to gain more knowledge, and my goal is to get the certification on the developer side, but I'm also looking into admin, but mostly on the developer side, and get certified and move on to that side of the world actually.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, Praveen, this course will has enough exercises on Mapreduce and enough perspective on the certifications to really help you clear that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Hi Rajkumar.
Hi. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. So I'm basically a systems architect and administrator. I have like basic knowledge on Hadoop because in one of our projects we started exploring Hadoop, and I did go through some administration level of Hadoop using the Cloudera implementation. Right now, I just want to get some more details into it, and especially more like use cases, like a real-time scenario, how we use the Hadoop platform for various purposes. Also, I'm looking to get into the administrator as well as the developer certification. So that's my goal on getting the Hadoop.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, the course of 45 hours would really take you through a lot of stuff, and probably by end of the course you'll have a lot more perspective on Hadoop as such. Let's first start with what exactly we cover in this particular course. So in this course, what we really cover is we We start with what exactly is big data, and we talk about what is Hadoop and what is HDFS, what is Mapreduce. Then we get into Hadoop ecosystem, which is like Pig, Hive, Flume, Scoop, and Uzi. So we touch these 5 ecosystem projects. Day 3, I'll be passing you a virtual machine, which is CentOS based virtual machine, and you'll be setting up Hadoop on that on your own. Day 4, so after Hadoop fundamentals are done, Hadoop is set up on your machine, you will do hands-on exercises, which will be running your Mapreduce program and all that stuff. So you'll run your Mapreduce program, Scoop, Flume, and Hive exercises. End of week 1st, we will do a multi-node setup. So we will go to Amazon and purchase 3 computers and do the whole multi-node setup. Day 6, we start with planning your Hadoop cluster. So if you were to start a Hadoop project, what is that you should consider from the hardware, software, and networking perspective? So that would be basically phase 1. Where fundamentals are done, planning, multi-node, and hands-on are done. So by the end of day 6, you could feel comfortable that you touch the complete surface of Hadoop. Now, after that, we will go deep into the development aspect. Okay. So when we say we'll go to deep into development aspect, we'll start with word count. We will understand the code walk. We'll have the code walkthrough. And we'll go to advanced level Mapreduce, where we talk about combiners, partitioners, input format, output format, distributed cache, counters, and so on. We go slightly more deep and we understand Mapreduce design patterns, sorting, searching, inverted index, and so on. And by the time week number 2 ends, we would have few more Mapreduce patterns, that is TF, IDF, and word co-occurrence. Day 11 and 12 are completely dedicated to hands-on of Mapreduce, where you will be getting 6 problems to solve, and once you solve 6 problems, we move ahead. Then we get deep into the, so we've done fundamentals, we've gone deep into development. Now it's time to get into deep development of the BI stuff. So in BI stuff, what we talk about is what is pig, joins, filtering, row grouping, merging, and so on and so forth. And then we get quite deep into the Hive. And then we have a complete hands-on on Hive and pig. And you will be also learning how to connect Hadoop to what you call, how to connect Pentaho to Hadoop. It's an ETL tool. And then we get into the last phase of this course, where we talk about advanced Hadoop concepts. We do a refresher to admin, and then we do admin stuff like scheduling in Hadoop, monitoring in Hadoop, and administration best practices. End of day 20, we'll have a test on Hadoop development and administration. And that's about the course. So we basically understand the fundamentals and go slightly deep, not slightly, but fairly deep into Mapreduce, that's development, BI, and the administration aspect. So let's get started. Let's have a small sneak peek of the presentation that we have, and then we can be open for your questions. All right. So in this first, basically when we start the whole course, and the first session is this, where we start with introduction. We start with what is big data. We talk about what is Hadoop. We talk about Hadoop ecosystem. We talk about HDFS and Mapreduce, deeper dive. Okay. And questions are welcome anytime. So let's start with the introduction. Now, in this particular session, or basically this presentation, what we talk about is I introduce you to what is big data, I introduce you to Hadoop, I explain how Hadoop works, get friendly with HDFS and Mapreduce, get aware of Hadoop ecosystem, and understand how Hadoop is used in real world. A bit about myself. My name is Ravi. 8 years soon gonna be 8 years into IT. Couple of years I've been training customers, corporate as well as online. I'm Cloudera certified Hadoop developer, Cloudera certified Hadoop administrator, Cloudera certified HBase specialist, and Mapr certified M5 administrator. And early in my career, I have done certifications on SCJP and Web Component Developer. So let's talk about what is big data. Okay. So let's see. Before we get into big data, let's talk about why big data deserves your attention. As per IDC, big data market will be $24 billion by 2016. So in 3 years from now, we have a $24 billion market in our hands. Big data would create 4.4 million new jobs by 2015. So in 2 years from now, we would see 4.4 million new jobs created by big data alone. And let's not talk of 2 years from now and all that stuff. As of this very moment, big data alone, basically US alone is facing a shortage of 200,000 big data professionals. So what is big data? Big data is the amount of data that is beyond the storage and processing capabilities of a single physical machine. So what we are trying to say is wherever or the point where a single machine gives up when it comes to the storage and processing capabilities, that's where big data starts. We'll get more clear with this. So basically data that has extra large volume comes from variety of sources, variety of formats, and comes at a great velocity is referred as big data. So 3 characteristics of big data. First we saw is volume. So for data to be referred as big data, generally the volume of the data has to be massive. Second dimension to this data is variety. For data to be referred as big data, generally the data would be semi-structured and may originate from variety of sources. And the third dimension is velocity. For data to be referred as big data, the rate at which data comes into your system is really, really fast. Let's quickly visualize big data. So what we really talk about is data that is, so you have a machine that's fantastic or servers that are fantastic, but the amount of data that you are processing is much more than that. That's volume. Data comes to your system with tremendous velocity. That's speed, that's velocity. And data comes to you from different sources, and that is variety. These are 3 V's of big data. Now let's talk about the next logical questions. Now, over the period of time, a few of the students have asked some great questions, and I'm using those questions to paint the complete picture. Okay. So the first logical question is, well, big data is clear, but how does this data look like? Can I see something and say, okay, this is big data? There's no defined set as to how big data looks like. It can be anything like an RFID system generated file, a web log, a user interaction log, user transaction log, tweet, climate sensor data. It can just be anything and everything. What do we do with this data? Analyze it. But why should I take the pain of it? So look at it. You're asking me to basically analyze log files that are not really financial data for me. So just to analyze data that's not core financial data for me, you are asking me to invest in a data center, hardware, people training, people recruitment, and introduce another new technology in my technology stack. Why should I do that? Okay. Now, in this huge heap of data, there are golden nuggets of vital information. So analyzing this data can give businesses an edge over competitors, and you can really see yourself ahead of a competition in a very with not too much of effort. Basically, the more you analyze the data, the better you get. So the best example is, let's say, look at Amazon. You search for an Xbox game and the system suddenly figures out that okay, this guy is a gamer, and suddenly all the recommendations are based around gaming. Then let's say you have a 1-year-old baby boy, you buy diapers for him, and Amazon figures out that okay, this guy has a 1-year-old baby boy, and all the recommendations are based around that. And if you look at the next generation businesses, they are all going to fight the battle on based on the data. The more data you have, the better you're off of the competition. So can we have some use cases? We just saw a couple of them on Amazon, few more, and you can find another hundreds of them on the web. So identifying customers who are most important, identifying the best time to perform maintenance based on usage patterns, and analyzing your brand's reputation based on social media posts. So these are few use cases of big data. There are a few hundred more that you can easily find on the web. Now, all that is fine. We understand big data and all that stuff it's fairly good. That's fine. But how do we analyze this data? This appears to be massive data. So how do we analyze this data? Now, as the volume is beyond the storage and processing ability of a single physical machine, we need some distributed way to process this data. So we are clear that okay, big data is a lot of data. One machine cannot handle it. So we need some multiple machines to work together. Wait. Distributed systems like MPI, MPP have been around for more than a decade. So do we even need to take this course further? I mean, most importantly, does the world need another distributed system? So since our college days, since like 15-20 years, we've been reading about distributed systems. We've written exams in the college on distributed systems, and we've basically gone ahead and scored good marks also. And what you're talking about in this course is distributed system, which is a matured concept. So why do you need to even take this course further? And leave all that aside, does the world really need another distributed system? The answer is yes. The world certainly needs another distributed system. Let's see why. So if you look at a typical distributed system, okay, all the data is on storage area network. Okay, all the data is stored on a storage area network, and you will deploy app servers which will be the data for you. Okay, so look at it this way. Let's say you have 10 terabytes of data on your storage area network, and you deploy, let's say, 10 app servers. So you will have 10 terabytes of data on SAN, and you will have 10 app servers. Each app server will read 1 terabyte of data and process it and write it back. So that's how the whole execution works. Okay, you'll have app servers, and that will read the data and write it back. Now, this is what was happening. Programs run on each app server. All the data is on SAN. Before execution, each server gets the data from SAN, and after execution, each server writes the output to the SAN. So that is how the whole thing works. Now, this particular approach had certain problems. The problems, the first one, most important one, was there was massive dependency on network, and there was huge bandwidth demands. So what you would see is that you are basically reading 10 terabytes of data across the network. That's huge. So your network would become a bottleneck and eventually basically get closed up. Scaling up and scaling down was not a smooth process. If you were my developer, I was to tell you to write a program for 3 machines. Can I just scale it to 300 machines and everything would go good? No. You'll have to change your code basically. Partial failures are difficult to handle. So basically, if there are 10 machines running, what if machine 3 goes down? It was you as a developer who had to take the pain of basically making sure that everything was, the failure was handled gracefully. a lot of processing power was spent on transporting data. If you see, most of your resources you are spending just to transport data from one place to another. And data synchronization is required during exchange. So now when all the machines are working together, each machine needs to know what the other guy is doing, and that some kind of synchronization was required. So if you see, well, there was technology available to process a lot of data, but that technology was not, had its disadvantages, and world needed another distributed system, and Hadoop is that distributed system. So Hadoop is nothing but just another distributed system that will basically solve these top 5 problems for you, and you can easily use a distributed system. So that is Hadoop. Okay. Now, so we've seen what are problems with typical distributed system. We've seen what is distributed system. We've seen what is big data. We've seen why big data deserves your attention. And we've come to the end of topic, what is big data. So we'll pause here and I'll open the floor for questions. Feel free to shoot any questions you have, guys. Hello? Yeah, so hope this gives you a perspective of what we are going to cover in the course, and a small demo of it. So I'm open for questions, guys. Yeah, go ahead. No questions?
Hey Ravi, it's Prakash.
Yeah. Hi, Prakash.
What is your perspective about Hadoop? Hadoop, would this be a complete replacement of all the database platforms going forward, or is it just a backfill for the existing database platforms?
Oh, first thing, Hadoop is not a database platform at all, Prakash. See, okay, let me just show you one slide to tell you where exactly Hadoop sits. So,
Okay, yeah.
a lot of time people misunderstand that it's going to replace database. That's not going to be the case.
Yeah, that's what I've been under the impression as well. So
I'll tell you where exactly Hadoop fits in an enterprise. So, okay, I'll be running you through directly to one of the important slides. So rest is part of the course, but
okay, yeah, that's fine.
so look at this. If you really see existing enterprise, see every organization does things slightly in its own way, but if you see on a higher level, you have your web servers. Today every application is on the web, in the sense when intranet apps are on the browser.
Mm-hmm.
All the data is managed in OLTP.
Yes.
Then the company has some magical ETL process, and then the management gets a report using OLAP database where output of ETL is stored.
Exactly.
Where does Hadoop fit? Hadoop is not a replacement for RDBMS, neither does it replace ETL. Hadoop is basically a better facility to take in a hell lot of data, process it, and give it to OLAP. So if you see, your OLTP stays there, Hadoop is not going to replace that, because if you connect Hadoop directly to a web server in real time, it's a bad idea. We'll see during the course why it's a bad idea. What really happens is Hadoop can take a lot of data. So you can now have tweets, OLTP, Facebook, weblogs, and another million things. This guy can take all the data, process it for you, and give it to OLAP. And this can exist along with an existing ETL tool, because ETL tool which you already have would be fantastic at hardcore structured data. This guy can also deal with unstructured data. So this is your E, extraction, this is your T, transformation, and this is your L, load, E, L. So Hadoop is not a replacement for databases.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's more like a ODS, which probably is going to transform the data.
It's more like, if you see, it's more like a data warehousing tool than a DBMS tool.
Okay, yeah. Now, I don't come from a Java background. Do you think I need any Java background to be able to continue with Hadoop?
Okay, so here is the perspective. There are basically 4 roles in Hadoop. Okay,
Okay.
there is first role, which is administration. Now, to be an admin, Hadoop admin, you need zero Java. You just don't need any Java at all.
Okay.
To be a Hadoop developer, that's a Mapreduce developer, yes, you will need to know Java. To be a Hadoop BI professional, you don't need Java at all. You should know ETL scripts pretty well, because Pig is completely like an ETL script. There is something called as, I forgot them, I think there's something called as Oracle Bootstrapper or bootstrapping.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that is more like an ETL kind of a language, and Pig is very closely looks like that only.
Okay.
And what you call the
Hi.
fourth rule is data scientist. To get to data scientist also, you don't need Java really. So what you really need Java, if at all you are going to code in Mapreduce, but if that is not your career's priority, then you don't need Java.
Okay.
Yeah, but but then if the thing is, if by the end of this course you want to be a rock solid MapReduce developer, then you need to know Java.
Okay.
Now that depends on your goal basically.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey Ravi, this is Rajkumar.
Hi.
Could you just give an introduction on the MapReduce, just the concept wise? I think that is the core of how like the Hadoop works. Could you just give an introduction of that?
Yeah, I can do that, Rajkumar, but I'll have to then basically go for the whole Hadoop explanation, which will take another 45 minutes, because it will be more like, unless you know what you call Hadoop, and unless you know what is HDFS, explaining MapReduce would be very, very tough.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can, but if you require, I can share one of the recording which explains MapReduce to depth, and you can have a look at it. It's just perfect, because the video will cover all the aspects, so I can do that for you, Rajkumar.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Hey Ravi, I got a more of a schedule question than the technical question actually. What you explained all today basically have a understanding of all that, and also I've seen your demo already one time before. So my thing is the schedule wise, the course schedule wise, what do you usually do? Like Monday through Friday, how does it work?
Yeah, it's Monday to Friday, 2 hours in the early morning Indian time, and typically evening it will be like maybe 9:30 to 11:30 at times, or 5:30 to 7:30, or 7:30 to 9:30 EST. So that is 7:30 to 9:30 or 9:30 to 11:30, one of these batches. It will be straight for 20 odd days, no weekends, and probably 4 weeks is what it takes. Every day 2 hours.
Okay, let me ask you, what if I miss like a class? How do I catch up with that?
You, as soon as the class is over, you get what you call recordings, and what you can do is you can simply look at the recordings, and then any questions are there, just get back to me on that.
Okay, so I get the recording of each and every class that I do or do not attend, and then I can go back in the future if I need to. I can go back and review it if I want, right? Like if
Exactly, and that too, what you call the recordings stay with you for lifetime, so nothing to worry about.
Okay, the certification wise, I know you said the course is actually, the curriculum is designed to achieve the certification. So if I attend the classes, do what I'm supposed to do, you think that my certification, I mean, it's basically designed to achieve that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So a lot of my students have got through certifications, and I have done certifications myself, so I can really guide you on that perspective. Having said that, is the course based on certification? I never made that statement, and I would say that's not the goal at all, because end of the day, how I look at it, I'm really sorry to be straight, but certification is a piece of paper. So the course really is based on the fact that can you take this particular course and get started with your work. So this course that you see is also an induction program for one of the company in Bay Area, where their guys who join, they first take this course and then get started with Hadoop if they get placed. So the goal really is, can somebody join in a 45-hour course, go out of the course and get started with the work. So do I assure you a certification? Well, that's not the goal at all. But yeah, I have taken certification myself. A lot of my students take it. I probably know how to, get through there. But is the course designed for certification? No, this course is not designed for certification.
But it basically says the foundation for it, though, right? That's what I'm basically.
Yeah, but that's all, sir. See, the point I'm trying to make is the perspectives are different. If you go for certification, the course might really get into, the topics that are kind of part of the certification. That's one approach where you are only focused on the fact that 40 hours and I should get certified. And then there is another perspective. Yeah, exactly. So
no, that's not what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are on the same page. That way that the perspective is end of 40th hour, you should be able to go to your office, set up a multi-node cluster and start writing programs in Pig, Hive, Mapreduce, and you should feel good about it.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know.
for certification, some additional effort will be required where you need to brush up some concepts that they specifically ask, which I will guide you through the class, and then you can, simply go ahead and take that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm basically looking for. Like, if you can guide me, so that's what I'm basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You will have all my experiences in there. I can even tell you what will be asked, how it will be asked, and how to go about preparing it, because I think more than 50 odd students of mine are already Cloudera certified on development and admin. So I have everybody's experiences. So please don't worry.
The reason, only thing I'm insisting here, because when I'm getting into new things, sometimes the clients look for certification. It is an added advantage. You don't need to have it. You're right. It's just a piece of paper, but some people do look at it. I just want to cover that part.
Oh yeah, that's completely agree. See, this is 100% part of the course. My point is, yes, end of it, I will enable you to a position where another 4 days of effort or 5 days of effort and you will be certified. But at the same time, is the motivation of the course only to get certification? That's not the case. But then, I am in sync with you that take this course for 40 hours, another 10 hours of effort, just go write certification and you will be 101% through.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, we're on the same page. I know.
Yeah, we are on the exactly. Yeah. So Rajkumar, I'll just talk to Satish and he will email you the video link. It will be available on YouTube also probably. So you will have the perspective too. But then the best part of the video is it will take you to what is big data. Then it will explain you what is Hadoop. Then it will explain you what is HDFS, and then talk about Mapreduce with a simple example. So that way you get complete background, and it will not be abrupt, because if I directly start Mapreduce, it will be like going 4 steps ahead.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ravi. And when is the next batch starting?
The next batch should be starting on probably October 5th, the week which is in October 5th. Let me just look at the date. So right now we are in September. Yeah, next Monday. Right. So that is around 7th of October.
Okay.
So Rajkumar, you're based in India or US?
I'm in US.
Okay. So it will be Monday, 7th October. That is 8th October early morning in India.
Okay.
Ravi, do you know if that the class is going to be from 7:30 or 9:30?
The class will be probably 9:30 to 11:30 or 9 to 11, one of these times.
Oh, okay, that's not going to work for me because I'm on the East Coast. So.
Okay, so you are on the East Coast. So 9:30 to 11:30 typically we have a class for East Coast folks. At the same time, there'll be another batch starting in some time that will be 7:30 to 9:30 in the East Coast.
Oh, no,
but that will
no.
be
What
2 weeks
I'm
from
asking
now.
the Indian time actually. Oh, you're telling me Indian time or Eastern Standard Time?
Okay, let me just give you the timings, overall timings. So I'm talking about EST.
Okay, that's yeah.
Okay.
7:30, 9:30. Either one is fine with me. 7:30 with 9:30 would be better actually.
So 7:30 to 9:30 is one batch,
Okay.
and 9:30 to 11:30 is another slot.
Okay.
Okay.
The
Now,
both are
yeah, go ahead.
starting on October 7th.
No.
Okay.
So this is starting on October 7th. This may
Okay.
start probably 2 weeks after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this may be around October 28th or something.
Okay. I may have to look for that actually. That's probably better for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely perfect. I think if it's a 20-day affair, it better be convenient in the timings because adjusting couple of days is okay, but 20 days is a fairly big time. So
I know some days I have to, like next morning I had to wake up at like 5:30, so I don't have enough sleep if I attend 9:30 to 11:30.
correct, yeah.
So
Ravi, if the majority is the East Coast people, so would you consider starting back at 7:30? Like you said, for East Coast, the 9:30 is the standard, but depends on the audience majority. I'm just wondering whether 7:30 to 9:30 is possible.
Oh yeah, 7:30 to 9:30. See, the point is, Rajkumar, there are always 2 batches running.
Okay.
And as of now, the batch that's running on 7:30 to 9:30, it will complete on around October 15, 16, 17, whenever it completes. And then you will have the next batch starting. So it's a batch wise. So we'll be more than welcome to start a batch. But if an existing batch is running, we'll have to complete that properly. Only then we think of the next batch. So as of now, yeah, the slot is available at 9:30 to 11:30. But yes, honestly, if your time slots are 7:30 to 9:30, yeah, you might want to probably wait for a couple of weeks. And when the batch starts 7:30 to 9:30, you will be in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
okay.
And you are the only trainer for both the batches?
Yeah, I'm the only trainer. Yes, I'm the only trainer.
Okay.
Yeah, then both the batches would simultaneously run, and from this month, like past 1 month or so, we've added few interesting exercises also. So yeah, should be fun.
Okay.
So just wanted to probably give you a sneak peek of the exercises also. So these are new set of exercises. The hands-on itself is of like 70 odd pages. So what we really talk about is how do you download and install Pentaho, loading data in HDFS, loading data into Hive, aggregation through Mapreduce, transforming data with Hive, Pig, loading data into RDBMS using Hive and HDFS, reporting on HDFS data, reporting on Hive data, UDF in Pig, replicated joins, co-grouping in Pig, and Python transformation. So this is something, again, new thing that's part of the course, which will be part of both October 7 and October 20th course. So yeah, you can just choose any time slot which convenient to you.
Okay.
Hi. Okay, Srinivas Sajja, yes, I think he was my student, Prakash. Yes.
Oh, hello. Okay. So do I interact with you directly or do I have to go through him?
Srinivas Sajja. It will be Satish. You can directly interact with Satish.
Okay.
Satish, are you there in the call? Yeah. So Prakash is talking about Srinivas Sajja. So probably Prakash had some question on that. If you, yeah. Okay, you can talk to Srinivas.
Okay.
Yeah, you can talk to Srinivas directly.
All right. So basically it's a 40-hour course and that is for 20 days is what you're saying, right?
Actually, it will run 3 days to 4 days extra because actually if you see the content, we've not accounted time for Pentaho. We have not accounted time for Cloudera Manager. and we've not accounted time for 7 assignments. So the course would actually end up going to 48 hours around. But then it's like, you know, we are not working in a factory model where we say, okay, we'll complete in 20 days, because every day it will be 2 hours for 20 days. But if there is something additional, it will be basically covered. We'll not start a new batch unless, you know, the batch is covered in a proper way. So so if you see 7:30 to 9:30, we were supposed to complete at around 10th of October, but students, so one of the student is admin and he wanted Cloudera manager, so we kind of added that in the course. So a couple of other things have been built. Pentaho has been built in, so we are additionally going around those things. So the course would end up being, actually, we start with 40, but it ends up being a 48 to 50 hour course.
Okay.
And in the latest courses, I mean last 2 batches, we are not having 1 test, but there are 3 tests. And there is an additional session where over the weekend sometimes, or on the weekdays, where you are supposed to set up a 3-node cluster. So things will continue adding, because the idea is, I'll tell you probably how it really works. The goal of the course is how much hands-on we can get you so that you get to the job and get started day one. So yeah, you know, it may run through, but yeah, certainly 40 is the minimum you get no matter what. And now with the course, with all the stuff, it's a 50-hour affair.
Yeah, I get it.
Ravi, this is Rajkumar again. I have a question about the certification. I do believe like this course would cover based on Cloudera implementation, right? Would you also provide details on the like IBM implementation? I know there are many providers, but the other popular one is the IBM. Actually, one of our projects, they are considering IBM to be the Hadoop provider. So would you provide any information on like how Hadoop is implemented using IBM? And I think they also have some certification. I'm not sure, but I'm just wondering whether you have come across this.
So IBM, I'm not sure if they have a certification. They have a Big Insights Hadoop distribution. That's not part of the course, but yeah, additionally, this can be covered. I mean, we can have a half-an-hour talk on what IBM is doing and how they are doing stuff.
But the core concept is going to be the same, right? So they
absolutely.
Okay.
I'll tell you what is in a nutshell. I'll tell you what is Hadoop. It's a software developed by Apache, and everybody is taking that software and basically packaging it in a different way. What does Cloudera do? It takes all these Apache products and packages it as one package called CDH4. Hortonworks takes the same thing and they basically package something called as HDP, Hortonworks distribution of Hadoop. IBM takes the same thing and they call it as Big Insights. Intel takes the same thing and they call it as IDH, Intel distribution for Hadoop.
Okay.
Then there is a company called Greenplum. I'm not sure if you heard of it. It's a child company of EMC. They have taken the same Hadoop and then they are packaging it in a different way and they call it as Pivotal HD.
Okay.
So if you see, irrespective of what Hadoop you learn, the basic of name node, job tracker and all that remains 100% same across the distributions. The distribution is basically slightly more packaged, slightly more documented, but everything else is like 100% same.
Okay. Probably the administration may be different, right? Like it's more towards like how depends on the provider or the.
No, even administration is same, just that if you directly use their tool, then it may be different. So for example, if your question is Hadoop administration same? Yes, it is 100% same. But is Hadoop administration using vendor specific tools same? No, it's not same. For example, if you set up a Cloudera cluster, you can monitor it and schedule everything by yourself. That way, Hortonworks and Cloudera or even Intel or IBM administration would be same. But if you use a specific tool from Cloudera, that is Cloudera Manager, or let's say Ambari, which is in association with Hortonworks, then the skin changes basically. So the way you do it from the UI changes, but if you're not using any UI, it's all going to be same. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, any other questions? Feel free to just ask. Yeah.
Hey Ravi, actually I was talking to Pranav, I believe, to find out, I mean, I was inquiring about this course. So would someone let me know when that 7:30, 9:30 batch would start, like in October? Because I know the date is not decided yet. So.
Oh yeah, the date is not decided, not that it's not scheduled, but around that time I'm going for a 3-day off. So we are considering to start after I come back.
Okay.
So I'll tell you the accurate dates, but yeah, the existing batch ends on 18th October, but I may take off of couple of days. So that's why the date is not this thing.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, as long as someone could notify.
Yeah, yeah, we'll certainly let you know, 100%. And
Right.
yeah, it'll reach you automatically. Don't worry about it. I mean, like it's our job. We'll take care of it. That 1 week before we give you a time to basically tell you that yeah, we are starting a new batch, and a couple of days before also we'll send a reminder so that you can schedule yourself accordingly and be placed accordingly.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi.
Yeah, yeah, that will be 100% taken care of.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys. That's about it. Any other questions? Feel free to let me know. Yeah.
I'm good, Prakash.
Ravi, do you want to talk about the payment?
No, that is something Satish's area. So Satish will be the man to cater to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So Satish will get back to you, and yeah, Satish, you can just have a word with Rajkumar and basically sort this out. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like the information as well. This is Praveen.
Which one?
I would like that payment information as well. I mean, if Satish.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hey,
So Satish will certainly be discussing that. Yeah, hi Satish, you're saying something?
yeah, Ravi, I'll talk to Praveen and Rajkumar regarding the payment and all. Okay.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Praveen and Raj, I'll just try to share your contact details like through email so that I'll call you back.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for attending the demo, Praveen and Raj
Yeah.
and Prakash.
Thanks everyone. Yeah.
Thanks, Ravi.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.